Also, why controversy is brewing over plans to add a Starbucks at Disney World, why it's creating such a stir. And I pose the question to you, why are so many of us addicted to Starbucks?
This is News 10 at 9.
It's a tough habit to break, sir. It's a very tough habit to break. That is coffee in there.
It's hot water.
Oh, okay. Good morning to you. It's Thursday. It's June 20th. I'm Dan Elliott.
Yeah, and I'm Kate Larson in for Keep Arnold. Don't worry, though, guys. I've had plenty of coffee this morning.
Okay,
Jeff
good.
Maher.
Good.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm fueled up as well.
I can't talk without coffee. It's just a no-go.
Does it have to be Starbucks, though? That's the
No,
question.
it doesn't have to be Starbucks. No.
Lots of other options.
It has to be strong.
So does your husband not give you coffee in the morning? Does he? No,
everyone prefers Kate caffeinated.
Okay, just checking. Just checking.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, they've been dubbed the landlords from, you know where?
H-E-double-L.
H-E double toothpicks.
Yeah.
And now after years on the run, they are behind bars.
Authorities say these two landlords did just about everything they could to force their tenants out. Jeff Maher, you're not a tenant there, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But we've all had bad landlords, I think,
yeah.
at some point in our lives. But these two take the cake. And they actually fled to Italy to get away from the charges for 2 years. Well, now they've been brought back and they're facing prison time for what they are alleged to have done at this property several years ago. Now take a look at the picture of these two. This is Kip and Nicole Macy. They pled guilty to residential burglary, attempted grand theft, and stalking. This is a very bizarre case. According to the DA, they went to a great deal of effort to get 5 of their tenants to move out of that South of Market building. This happened between 2005 and 2007. And listen to the allegations. They threatened the tenants, stole their belongings, changed the locks, cut the telephone lines, shut off the gas and power. At one point, authorities say the Macy's doused the tenants' beds, clothes, and electronics in ammonia, boarded up the windows, cut support beams to try and collapse the building. It just goes on. And one tenant told our sister station in San Francisco, KGO, what he went through.
Until one day, they told me that if I come to the building, they will shoot me, that they already have a weapon, that they will shoot me.
Now, the two are currently behind bars, each being held on a $2 million bail. Now, why did they want the tenants out? Well, according to the DA, they did have something financial to gain from that. They were actually planning to clear out the building so they could resell it. Well, they didn't get a chance to do that, and now they face felony charges, guys.
Well, when you mentioned South of Market, Jeff, between 05 and 07, that's the hot spot in San Francisco real estate. Of course, it's terrible what they did, unimaginable.
Yeah.
But clearly a financial motive there.
Well,
they wanted to sell it for big bucks.
And don't they have rent control there, so they couldn't politely ask the people to leave either?
Yeah.
And Kate, what do you think these people were paying? I mean, it doesn't
South
look
of Market
like,
in 05.
It doesn't look like a great place, but still
but
in
it's
that
San
location.
Francisco.
A closet in San Francisco goes for a lot. In fact, just last week, a parking spot was sold near the Giant Stadium, AT&T Park. A parking spot, $82,000.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
Well, that whole Mission Bay area and South of Market has just exploded. When I was a kid, some of these areas, I grew up in San Francisco, you couldn't even walk safely. And now it's, really expensive real estate.
Right.
Yeah, well, not good landlords. Okay.
No.
Thank you, Jeff.
Sure.
Well, there's a lot of talk online right now about a new Starbucks that opened up at Disney World.
Yeah, plenty of Disney World lovers not happy about it, if you can imagine. In fact, there's an online petition to put an end to it. Jeff Maher, you're here with the details.
Well, you're probably familiar with this scene here, Main Street, USA, the gateway to Disney World in Orlando. Similar entrance is in Anaheim at Disneyland. And, it's kind of like a small town feel. That's how it's designed. You could call it small town USA. So the idea of bringing a Starbucks into the mix kind of defeats the purpose. At least that's how some of the critics feel. Take a look at this establishment here. This is a very popular place in Orlando on Main Street, USA. It's the Main Street Bakery, a popular institution along the Strip. Many critics are saying that they go to Disney to get away from chains like Starbucks, and they pay a lot of money for the escape. In fact, the Orlando location just raised its ticket prices to a staggering $90 a day, and Disneyland in California suspended discounts for state residents and hiked its prices to $92 a day. So the plan is to bring a Starbucks into this bakery, not get rid of the bakery, but allow the bakery to sell Starbucks. And there's actually a petition that is circulating. It has 2,000 plus signatures, and some of the people are saying, quote, "This is the worst idea ever. You'd be destroying the small town, early century America that this park was designed to represent. And some are saying, what would Walt say if he were alive? Well, actually, Walt, when he was alive, did accept corporate sponsorship from Pepsi back in 1964.
Well, also in Anaheim, if I'm not mistaken, the coffee shop, the bakery there was Hills Brothers for years and years and years.
Well, and so it's not an actual Starbucks store, it's just Starbucks coffee. I mean, they've got to get coffee from somewhere, right?
Yeah, a lot of the times if you go to like a Safeway, you see a little Starbucks set up there. I think it's similar to that.
Okay.
People just don't want anything corporate involved with Main Street USA. And it brings me to this next point here on the same subject. This is at 5th and I this morning around 7:15 a.m. I had a brief craving for coffee, so I stopped in.
You love Starbucks.
I do. There was a line out the door, so I snapped a picture. We posted a question on our News 10 Facebook page. Jeff Maher snapped this picture at 5th and I Starbucks. It's like this every morning. Why are we addicted to Starbucks? Why do we feel like we can't start our day without it? And
you getting answers?
Have gotten dozens of comments. This is great. Patty says, I like Starbucks, but they are too expensive for me most of the time. I try to use a local business whenever I need to buy something, keep it local. Susan says, I'm not part of the Starbucks craze and don't understand it with people going every day, sometimes twice a day. How do they have money to continue the habit? I know we all spend our own money on whatever we want, but $5 to $10 on drinks is puzzling to me. And Jill says, happy for me, I have stock in Starbucks. Well, I'll tell you why I am addicted. 3 little words: grande caramel frappuccino. There have been many imitations, but nothing measures up to this 16-ounce gooey goblet of goodness that just jump-starts me. And I'm not trying to sound like a spokesperson for Starbucks or a commercial here. I'm just telling you like it is. I have trouble breaking that habit.
Couple more words for you. 700 calories.
I know. It requires a lot of treadmill activity. Yeah.
Jeff, would that little cup of gooey goodness make Disneyland that much happier for you, or could you do without?
I wouldn't mind just popping in there before I hit the roller coasters where I have to wait in line for 4 hours.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. You know, it was funny. Susan, one of your comments, she talked about the money, and if you go to a financial advisor, that's usually one of the first things they say. Do you go to Starbucks?
Cut it out.
Yeah, this is it.
And you save what? Hundreds, thousands?
It adds up in a big way, yeah.
Crazy.
I'm still rooting for the Snow White mocha.
Ooh, yeah, sounds good.
What have you got for us, sir?
A popular video.
Okay.
That deals with a bull in Spain. That kind of goes hand in hand, right?
Right.
But this bull was on the loose in traffic, and people were successful in stopping this bull. Take a look.
Well, that guy wasn't successful.
Yeah, he was wearing red, right?
He was wearing a red shirt.
Yeah.
You see this bull attack a few cars. I don't know how it got loose. This is a 500-pound bull. But the guy was approaching it because he was trying to wrestle it down. Well, the bull got the best of him, but while he was on the ground, he was able to put this bull in a headlock.
Really?
Yeah, and in a second here, you actually see this guy.
Whoa.
He's got the bull in the headlock.
Oh, that is cool.
So now I'm thinking that in Spain, bulls just run wild in the streets, but that everybody knows how to fight bulls in Spain? Is that just sort of like a skill?
If this happened in Sacramento, nobody would be running towards the bull.
Right.
They'd be running away.
We had a cow get loose a couple years ago at the state fair, and everybody ran away.
I would run, yeah.
It was a mommy cow.
Yeah, well, what about Pamplona? Why don't the people just, headlock one of those
I know,
bulls?
exactly. They're running the bulls. Just turn around and put it down.
Now
That's
they
something
know.
you would like to do, I bet.
Right. I've got one other thing, and Kate, I want your take on this. Take a look at this. This is a new club that's open in Riverside, California. It's called Prohibition, and it raised some controversy because, I don't know if you can see that sign, it says, ladies, no flat shoes or sandals, must have high heels.
Yeah.
Well, they dropped that dress code because of the outrage.
It just opened a few weeks ago. I actually saw this online. Jeff and was chatting about it. I like dressing up when I go out, but you can't put a rule on it.
Yeah.
Heels only, if you want to watch
Not
News
cool,
10
not
Midday.
cool.
There you
That's
go.
coming up in 1 hour. We'll see you then.
You look good in heels, though.
Thank you.
News 10 is everywhere you want to be.